Energy efficient homes are coming to southern Kentucky. What makes them different and when the new E neighborhood will take shape. And multiple people are dead in Iowa after deadly tornadoes swept through that area. The latest on search efforts and a look at the aftermath.
Plus, we are tracking rounds of rain and storms to end the week. Those details on the way as Mountain News First at 4 continues.
Mountain News First at 4 continues.
A new type of manufactured home development is coming to southern Kentucky. Clayton Homes and local and state officials announced a new 51-home site that will focus on being energy efficient. It will be located in London. WYMT's Phil Pendleton has more on what was said about these new homes.
When all is said and done, these will be some energy efficient homes that officials say will be indistinguishable from traditional site-built homes, single-family homes that are expected to open later this summer. 51 new homes are being built in a factory, but will soon locate along this recently cleared lot that'll become a new neighborhood within months.
And again, once these homes are completed, you'll then see why everyone would want to have these homes within their limits in their communities.
Clayton is partnering with the Department of Energy, and officials say each home will be e-built with energy efficiency at the forefront. The roofs will be fitted with a combination shingle solar panel that could drastically reduce or even eliminate some utility bills.
It just makes total sense that to have that on the home. So when we incorporate a solar shingle with a zero energy ready e-built home, then you can get down to a net zero home, have zero electric bill or close to it.
They expect to sell all of them within 2 years. That's 51 families in this area that's going to have a place they can call home. That's pretty special.
Several different companies are coming together. Of course, Clayton Homes, Oakwood Homes, and Freedom Homes. Many of these companies based in London and also in Corbin. In Laurel County, Phil Pendleton, now back to you.
Officials say people who live in energy-efficient homes in eastern Kentucky can save almost $860 a year. New data shows the number of total visits to Kentucky's safe syringe sites more than tripled from 2018 to 2022. Visits increased 384% at locations that voluntarily report data to the state, which is 56 out of the 80 sites. The Needle Exchange program launched in 2015 and has expanded to counties all across the Commonwealth. People can pick up sterile syringes and other things like overdose reversal medication and fentanyl test strips.
Folks will use syringes that are not sterile. And those syringes that are not sterile can then transmit infections like HIV and hepatitis C, hepatitis B. Any needle is better than no needle if you are addicted.
Stack says research shows new users of syringe service programs are 5 times more likely to enter a drug treatment program, which he says is a pretty compelling return on investment.
We are tracking some showers and thunderstorms on this Wednesday afternoon, and some of those are also heavy. Let's go to the graphics. You can see we could see maybe a strong storm or two. Technically, a level 2, slight risk of severe weather from Pikeville to Hazard to near Middlesboro and back to the north and west. So for most of us, a level 2 slight risk. Not overly concerned with that severe weather chance. It may be a strong storm or two. Right now, the heaviest on the board close to Lake Cumberland, moving into parts of Pulaski County, into parts of Rockcastle. Also northern Laurel County, a first alert on the I-75 corridor, a heavy thunderstorm not too far away from you. Also tracking this Walper of a thunderstorm pushing into parts of Wayne County, also for Pulaski County. So once again, a heads up for Monticello and Somerset. More showers and thunderstorms are on the way. A live look across the region tracking some overcast conditions from the London Corbin Airport. Also from Pikeville and from Buffalo Mountain at this hour. Those temperatures anywhere from the middle 80s in the Big Sandy Valley to the upper 60s in Somerset, also in Wayne County, close to Lake Cumberland at this hour. We are tracking some more off and on showers and storms for this evening. Not going to rain constantly this evening, but you may see a few showers and thunderstorms, and some of those may be a little bit heavy with strong winds, also heavy rain. Lows to wake up on Thursday in the middle 60s, more rain chances on Thursday, also on Friday, possibly a strong storm threat by Sunday. All those details coming up in just a few minutes. Steve?
All right, Cameron, thanks. The search for survivors in the aftermath of deadly tornadoes in Iowa is continuing. Officials still have not given a death toll and will only confirm multiple fatalities and injuries. Hundreds of first responders across the state are systematically searching homes and businesses, now reduced to piles of rubble. Laura Aguirre has the latest and where the severe weather threat is heading now.
That's the tornado you're seeing on the ground, folks. It's a pretty violent looking one.
Violent and powerful, carving a deadly and devastating path through the small city of Greenfield, Iowa.
I heard like a train, and then insulation came from the basement, and I knew it was hitting.
As many survivors take stock of what's left, the loss for some families is even greater.
Sadly, we can confirm that there have been fatalities with this tornado.
While search and rescue efforts continue, officials are hesitant to release a death toll, given the massive impact area.
We wouldn't want to give out a wrong number, and we're still assessing.
The governor says a local hospital is one of the buildings damaged. An area school and a lumber yard are now among the sites being used as improvised medical staging areas. And volunteers, in some cases, transporting the injured.
Everybody became little makeshift ambulances. We pulled a guy from the rubble and put him on a little makeshift stretcher that we made, threw him in the back of a truck.
The governor has issued a disaster proclamation for 15 counties and will apply for federal assistance.
We will be putting forth an expedited presidential declaration. We're hoping by no later than tomorrow.
We're a small community. We're a tough community. We will rebuild this community together.
While Iowa focuses on storm recovery, millions of people along a 1,500-mile stretch between Texas and Vermont are watching out for tornado alerts, damaging hail and high winds through the evening. I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
Tornado reports have skyrocketed well above average in recent weeks, with more than 800 twisters reported so far this year, making it one of the most active years for twisters on record. A Singapore Airlines flight hits a deadly bit of turbulence, killing one man and leaving dozens of others injured. About 10 hours in on the trip from London to Singapore, the plane encountered storms near Thailand. That's when the flight experienced a sudden turbulent event lasting about 1 minute. Passengers who were not wearing their seatbelts were flung into the ceiling. A 73-year-old British man died of a possible heart attack. Dozens of others were injured, including at least one American.
It starts shaking, and at that point, I just know that, okay, well, I'm just gonna huddle in, but it kept getting worse and worse and worse.
Former NTSB Chair Robert Sumwalt says it's extremely rare to have a turbulence event result in fatalities. The CEO of Singapore Airlines has issued an apology and says the airline will fully cooperate in investigations. Elvis Presley's Graceland mansion won't be going up for sale after all. The historic home belonging to the late King of Rock and Roll was set to be auctioned off in Memphis Thursday after a company claimed Presley's estate failed to repay a loan that used the property as collateral. That loan was allegedly taken out by Elvis's daughter, Lisa Marie Presley, before she died. Elvis's granddaughter, actress Riley Keough, the trustee of the property, challenged the foreclosure sale in court, claiming fraud.
The court will enjoin the sale as requested because, one, the real estate is considered unique under Tennessee law, and in being unique, the loss of the real estate would be considered irreparable harm.
Graceland is a major tourist attraction that draws more than 500,000 visitors each year. Kentucky veterans were welcomed home yesterday in Louisville after the first honor flight of the year. 83 veterans flew out Tuesday morning to visit the Veterans Memorials in D.C. Crowds came out to the airport that night to welcome them back home with hugs, handshakes, and lots of red, white, and blue. One veteran's wife said she's really grateful for the support from the community.
When I dropped him off here at the airport, and there were so many people helping all the veterans out of their cars, getting them in, and then all of this, it's just It's amazing.
Of the veterans on the plane, 2 fought in World War II, 16 in the Korean War, and 65 in the Vietnam War. Coming up on First at 4, teenage drivers are nearly 4 times more likely to get involved in an accident than older drivers. We'll have a look at some of the safest vehicles for teens.
Plus, we are tracking some more showers and thunderstorms to go into this Wednesday evening. All those details after this break.